and painted trees, the long South Willow Street.
Weeks and the months prior to Miss New Hampshire, I had envisioned that moment of standing there with another girl and holding their hands and waiting for them to call my name, and that reaction of them calling my name and how I would react, and I just would relive that memory, and then actually having it happen. I remember when I was standing there with Megan, I can't even really remember what was going through my mind. I started acting and singing probably around the same time frame, probably around 6 years old. I think that's when I really started everything, dancing, singing, acting, and I just wanted to do it. I saw it on TV. I wanted to dance. I wanted to sing. I wanted to be on Broadway. I wanted to be in movies. I wanted to be everything.
And actually, when she was, I would say, about 5 years old, we went to Disney, and an agent from New York City booked her because she was on the stage playing, and she wanted everybody to stop and look at her.
I like being on stage. I like owning the stage and being able to show who I am.
We have a group of friends that she had, and still to this day, they're her friends. They did pageants together, and back then there was a pageant every weekend.
When I first started pageants, I was so shy, and I really wanted to do it, but I was scared. And then the more immersed into the pageant world I got, the more confidence I gained. So it definitely didn't scar me in any shape or form. There's 4 national titles, and I won 3 of the 4, and I'm the only person to ever win 3 of the 4 in that system. But I did pageants all the time. I had a room that was just my trophies and my crowns, and it was extreme. A lot of people have sports or hobbies or stuff, student government, something that they're involved in, and for me it was always pageants, so I don't know what I would be doing with my life. This is what I am, this is who I am, and that's pageantry. So without it, I really don't know what I would be doing. And really, I've spent my whole life working towards Miss America, to becoming Miss America. If you think about it, I've started since 6 years old to be Miss America.
When she won Miss New Hampshire, it was the first time. It was all of a sudden, turned to someone and I said, I don't feel like she's mine anymore. She just grew up. That was the very first time I felt like we weren't the same.
I usually have some random appearances throughout the week. The weekends are always the busiest. We always either have a local pageant to go to, or we have a lot of walks. It was just go, go, go.
I always felt like there were people that had different expectations of me, and I felt like I needed to kind of keep those things hidden. But as I went through the process, and I think the biggest lesson ended up being like sharing with someone. Like if I listen to like Eminem in the car, like that's okay. Or if I like to go to a party, that's okay. And it's not like something that you need to hide if it's part of like who you are.
I think we work well as a team. The board is a very good group, and they have the best outlook for each young woman, and we want them to be the best they can be at any time.
When Jared passed away, I don't know exactly how old I was, but I was a freshman in college. My best friend I was Christmas shopping, and my best friend had called her mother, and they were just talking, and she happened to watch the news, and she said, oh, ask Crystal if she knows Jared Nathan, because he, did blah, 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 they're in the same neighborhood. Ask her if she knew him. And then she asked me, and I said, yeah, why? And, I had no idea what to expect or what she was going to say, and that's how I found out, which was, I think, even harder because I wasn't, anticipating that kind of news from my best friend who didn't even know him.
Give my gun away when it's loaded, that alright? Yeah. If you don't shoot it, how am I supposed to?
Yeah, it's my first friend to have passed away. So, I had family members who had passed away, but it hits you on a different level when it's somebody close to your age, because you're starting to grow up and you realize wow, like, you know, people are driving and they're drinking. I think the biggest thing was that he was a performer. And so, like, I just channeled his, you know, his passion for arts, and I took that and just made sure that, you know, I did it justice. And I'm sorry, but probably the best thing was after I won Miss New Hampshire, one of the other girls who used to compete, Jill Wheeler, she also knew Jared, and she said after, you know, she just came up and gave me a hug, and she said Jared would be so proud. He was, you know, the life of the party, and he was such a performer, and he was so talented, and I just want to make sure that, you know, I'm doing justice to what he loved. You know, his goal in life was to be on Saturday Night Live, so I'd love to get to that point where I could do that for him, and to be able to say that, you know, you made it, you're here with me in my soul, and you're here. My friend Allie, she had cancer 3 times growing up. She was 23 at the time when she passed away, and she always fought through it and fought through it and fought through it. But then the last time that she had gotten cancer, she just decided that she was done fighting. It was just too much on her. The chemotherapy was too much, and she just really wanted to live her last days with her family and having fun. So she kind of said, you know, we all kind of know how this is going to end, but let me just live my life in peace and just be happy. And just the little things that, you know, we take for granted. She lived her life every day to the fullest and did not have any regrets, and that's how she lived her life, even to the last day that I saw her, when she was, you know, skin and bones, which was really hard for me. But she was still, you know, all smiles, and it's really hard, but she was so happy. I feel like, you know, when I won Miss New Hampshire, it wasn't just for me, it was for them too. So that I just use that as, you know, the fuel to keep going every day and to make sure that I'm doing the best I possibly can as Miss New Hampshire, and to get ready to be Miss America, because I know that that's what they would want me to do, and this is for us. It's not just for me, it's for us. Oh, that is a nice bracelet. And I don't take criticism or hardships well. So having her in my life and having that experience, I've really learned that it's just, I just have to be happy, you know? You just never know, and you just have to have a positive attitude through everything. I think you two need to build a boat. Yep. Whether it be doing stuff for domestic violence or breast cancer or the March of Dimes or HIV and AIDS, we did every type of walk and fundraiser. I've lost my friend to cancer. I lost my friend to a drunk driving accident. I lost my other friend to suicide. I've just experienced so many different things, and although they're all near and dear to my heart, that's why I chose volunteerism, because it allows you to be involved in everything.
The day we did a cruise on the Mount Washington for the Make-A-Wish children, Crystal was not feeling well, but when she saw all of these other youngsters and the disabilities they were going through, she was great the whole day, and she felt really terrible that day.
When I go and I'm doing an appearance as Miss New Hampshire, sometimes that's the best medicine for me, because I'm out there and I'm seeing how people appreciate me and how they respond to me, and seeing children's face light up.
And I think any person, you, me, or anyone, when you see someone who all of a sudden they expect you to be the perfect one, you will rise to that occasion.
I mean, I get it on a daily basis, where there's always somebody saying, oh, you know, it's just a beauty pageant, or they think that it's just, you know, I have no feelings, I'm just this pretty face, and I just walk on stage and I'm a robot and I say what I think everybody wants to hear.
I think if they're criticizing her, they don't know what she is, so they need to become more informed. I think you need to walk in someone else's shoes and see what they're doing. The Miss America organization has not had scandals like the Miss USA pageant has had, and I think it's the difference in the caliber of woman and who leads the program.
The biggest thing that makes me different is the fact that, to me, it's not just winning the crown. It's not just the fact that I want the title of Miss America. It's what I want to do with the title of Miss America. It's all the people's lives that I want to affect.